Hello my YouTube friends. If you're wondering why my background might look a little funny, it's because I'm on top of the roof at my grandparents' house. My mother's mother and her dad. Stepdad. And what I'm doing today is I'm clearing off all the leaves out of the gutter. And that dog over there, he doesn't like that I'm up here. One interesting fact is that these two houses, this house and that house right over there, were built by the same person. I think it's my grandmother's great uncle a long time ago. And they're pretty much exactly the same, except we've built this back part on, and they have that porch. But that tree over there, right there, that's gone all the leaves in that gutter. There used to be a tree right up here, as you can see in the grass a little bit. There used to be all kinds of leaves in these front gutters. And briefly I'll just say, normally we hire this out, but this year I decided I would come up here and I'd clean the leaves out for my grandparents because the economy's bad and because I worked on a roofing crew. That's what I was doing. I didn't say anything about what I was doing because you don't talk about the companies you work for, and I'm still not going to give their name. I was doing roofing jobs for a company in Marion, Indiana, and so I know about being up on roofs now, and so I decided to do this year. So as you can see, this tree has caused a little bit of a problem right out here. We've got some leaves down. The backyard used to be covered, but he blew them all to the garden. My grandfather did. But that's really about all there is to say. There's not much else to update. I mean, I'm just cleaning leaves on this. It feels like Saturday. My goodness, it feels like Saturday, but really, it is only Thursday. Well, earlier when I said that we normally hire this out, that wasn't exactly true. I think we did last year, but then the years before that, I used to do this. I hadn't done it last year because I think I was gone. I think I was in Indy for a marketing business club thing. It was a big get-together or whatever, but this year I continued the tradition. I got up here. It's a cool November day. It's not cold, but you do need a jacket if you're outside here, and it's really nice. I enjoyed being outside for this hour. I finished it. As you can see, there's no more leaves up here. I got it all off, swept it off, and then pulled them out of the gutter. As you can see, my hand is a little dirty. But let's get off of here, off of this roof, and I'll go down and I'll show you some of the downward, shots from the yard, areas that I remember things from being a little kid as I was. So let's do that now. So we're finally down on the ground, and this is the front of the house. This is actually a really nice house. I've loved this house. And this tree right here, this big pine, they planted that right there the year that I was born, which was 1989. And Shane Jensen, I know that probably is weird to you because you remember almost every day of that year and what you were doing, at least every month, almost. And this pine over here, I don't know when they planted this, but probably around the same time, and that tree has really grown in 19 years, 20 years, it's gotten that big. But this is the yard that I always mow during the summer, and I haven't taken any video blogs of that because, as you know, this last summer I was in Utah. So if I was here for this last summer, you would have had a few videos of me mowing and doing some yard work out here. There's the vines over on the porch, the rose bush growing up the oh boy, what is it? I forget, the lattice, I think? I don't know. So, that's my grandmother's old car, the Suburban, and now he drives that and she drives the newer, really nice car. There used to be an overhang right here on the window, but they took that off. They painted the shutters. The shutters used to be black, I believe, or brown or something. And then there used to be a tree right there. It was a really big tree, and I missed that tree, but it was starting to rot out, and it was big enough to where if it had fallen in a storm, it would have crushed the front of the house, and that would have been expensive. There was a tornado on this road once, a long time ago, but our house survived. As you can see, that's the same house pretty much. It was built by the same person at the same time. And one thing I should say about this street is that it's right next to the college. Hey, doggy. It's right next to the college, IWU, Indiana Wesleyan University, and they are buying this whole street. They're wanting to put like a seminary building back here, and so recently they've bought out a lot of the neighbors, and now they're trying to buy out my grandparents. They'll probably approach them pretty soon and try to buy it. My grandparents were actually thinking of moving, which really upsets me because this is the one house, like I said, that I've been with since the beginning. It's the one house I always remember being at and knowing. So as you can see, he's piled these leaves up already. I get a downward shot of that from this yard, just from this tree and the bigger one behind it. The leaves are ridiculous. And then here's trampoline. My mom bought this a few years ago for a Christmas present to my brothers and sisters, and they don't use it too much anymore. They brought it here because my mom moved into an apartment that was closer for her for school. Here's this tree here, which is the culprit for the problem on the roof. As you can see here, this picnic table is almost identical to the one that we used to have. He built this with the wood he bought at the store. He went and bought wood and cut it out the same way the other one was and painted it red. And then he used the extra paint to paint the porch. But the old table we had, it used to be right out here somewhere, and I had my picture taken on that when I was that old picnic table when I was a little kid. I was a little baby, and in the garden, that's a garden there if you didn't know, where he's got the leaves piled up. He always grows tomatoes and I want to say raspberries, but I'll just say mulberries. They're more mulberries than anything. That's what those vines are over there. And anyways, they had the tomatoes laid out on the picnic table, and I got into the basket. I dumped the tomatoes out onto the table. I got into the basket where they put the tomatoes. I was just a little baby, and I got in there, and they came out and they took a picture. So I still have that, and I remember it really well. And I forgot about this. Before the trampoline was here, long before, we had a pool right here. It was a pretty big pool, stretched out pretty far, and in fact the grass is starting to grow back. Used to be a big sand thing when we first took the pool out, and then it's just kind of grown back. Here's somewhere in here's where the plug-in used to be for the pump and everything. I think that was right here. But we really enjoyed that pool. It was about 4 feet deep, and it was a nice pool. But it's gone now. And I will say this back part of the building, this wasn't always here. They added that on in about, I think it was 2000. Maybe 99. It was 2000. They added that on. And then they built this porch, but before this was just like a concrete area on the back of the house, and the door was on the side of the house, and then the garage door going into the garage was on the back too. But yeah, a lot has happened since I was a little boy and we knew this house. There's some of the rubbish I got out of the gutter. And I'm going to miss this house if they move. It's kind of sad to me because I have a lot of memories here. These balls down here, I had blown those up. I bought them and blew them up for my graduation party this last June, like the first day of June, and then I left June 2nd or 3rd for school out in Utah, and I'm back for right now. And there's if you can see, that's a soccer field for the college, and they've got their track over there. So the college is really just kind of moving this way, and it makes me nervous because I'm gonna miss this house if they move, and I think they will eventually. I just hope it's not until I'm more of an adult. I mean, I'm an adult now. I'm pretty much on my own, but I hope it's when I finally moved out of Indiana, out west, probably. That's about it for right now. I don't have any other updates. What I will say is that you need to watch tonight. I'm going to be posting a video blog of my grandmother's birthday, which is today. We're taking her out to dinner, and I'm going to make a video blog about that. Should be pretty interesting. Some of my family's going to be there. So watch that, and I hope all is well in your neck of the woods.